In this video, I'm going to be talking about each MCC 23 team and where I think they'll place in the event. Alright, let's get started. First up, we've got the Red Rabbits, consisting of TommyInnit, CPK, Crankgameplays, and Shovel. After Crankgameplays' first appearance in MCC Pride 2022, we see him in his first canon event right here with the Red Rabbits. On top of that, this is going to be a really exciting team because we see this TommyInnit CPK duo. The last time these two players teamed was in MCC 13, and we know that they've both grown a ton since then. This team is going to be one to look out for in especially PvP games like BattleBox or even Sky Battle with Tommy to lead that, and Shovel being part of the Red Rabbits really evens out any holes that they may have. With all of this in mind, I'm actually going to be placing the Red Rabbits in 7th for my prediction. Although I definitely think they have potential to do better, I do think some of the other teams are stronger in this event. Next up, we've got the Orange Ocelots, consisting of Quig, Into Littlewood, Eret, and Finster. So a common trend that we see throughout this MCC is one really strong player, and then the other 3 players are definitely able to hold their weight, but they're not quite as strong as an S tier, like Quig, for example. Now, Quig is the S tier with the longest amount of time since he's been able to pull out a win. The last time that Quig won was in MCC 5. Despite that, this is actually a team that can change that if each member really holds their weight. Things kind of are looking in their favor, and I know they are one of the favorites to win the event. Although they are one of the favorites to win, my personal prediction is going to actually put them in 4th place. Now we've got the Yellow Yaks, consisting of Sapnap, GeorgeNotFound, Elena EXE, and V-Gumiho. This is an especially exciting team because we've got that Sapnap, GeorgeNotFound duo back. You know, they've got that whole Serpner George, I don't know, thing going on before the event. And so that synergy is going to be great with 2 best friends. It'll also be a lot of fun to watch with Gumi on the team because Gumi brings this really unique, I think is a good way to put it, energy to any team that she's on. And it's also going to be cool to see her back with George and Sapnap because her very first MCC was actually with those 2. Elena is also coming off of her best performing event, MCC Pride, where she finally broke into the top 30. Sapnap being the powerhouse player that he is, George being a pretty strong, I would say A+ tier at this point, Gumi being that grinder and hard worker, and Elena only getting better and better. I think that this is really a team to look out for. And so for my prediction, Yellow Yaks being the strong team that they are with that great synergy, I can honestly see this team making it to Dodgeball and coming in 2nd place. Next up, we've got the Llamas, consisting of Illumina, Solidarity Gaming, Good Times with Scar, and Cubfan. So I would describe this team as a very friendly team, whether it be friendly with each other or just friendly personalities. So I would think it'd be a very nice perspective to watch. This is going to be another one of those teams where there's one really strong pillar with Illumina and the S tier, and then the other 3 can definitely hold their weight, but aren't quite as strong as that S tier. Considering that Solidarity and Cubfan actually have very similar averages, with those season 2 averages sitting just above 1800, so they can definitely hold their weight here. I'm also really excited to see how Illumina and Scar do together and see how Scar kind of takes to Illumina's leadership. Maybe even it'll be his first event to break the top 30. And in my prediction, I'm putting the Llamas in 5th place. Next, we've got the Green Geckos, consisting of Dream, Foolish Gamers, Tina Kitten, and Connor Eats Pants. Even though this is the perspective that I'll be watching, I'm gonna be honest, this team doesn't look the most likely to win the event. They do have the weakest team average, and honestly, Connor didn't even find out he was in this MCC until the announcement tweet, which it's like right here. But Dream has said that he always goes into MCC believing that his teams have a shot to win, so I'm gonna stick by that, and hey, maybe they can pull this out and win. Dream is an incredibly strong leader and player. Foolish has that potential to break into the top players, and he's really up and coming. Tina has shown that she has that drive and potential to improve, and Connor Eats Pants. Yeah, honestly, Connor doesn't prep much, so I'm curious to see if Dream, who's kind of notorious for his pre-event preparation, will like help out Connor and make him a little less confused before stepping into that decision dome for MCC 23. And with a bit of bias from my perspective, I'm going to be putting this team in 9th place. Most people are predicting them in 10th, but you know what? I believe in them. I believe in them. Hi, Fullscreen Joji here. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That helps out me, this channel, this video, a whole bunch. Alright, let's get back to it. Next up, we've got the Cyan Coyotes, consisting of Jojosolos, False Symmetry, Pearlescent Moon, and Scots Major. Now this is another one of the favorites to win because not only is each player pretty consistent and strong, but they all balance each other out very, very well. Jojosolos has that real PvP strength and leadership. False, I would say, is a really good all-around player and can really work with her teammates' strengths. And then Pearl and Scott are really good at team games, and of course we've got Scott being a pro at Build Mart. This team actually has the highest meltdown average, although it's only been played once, but it makes sense because they are such an all-around balanced team. Now this is only JoJo's third canon event, but she's already sitting on that precipice of S tier, so I'm really excited to see how her performance in this event really lends towards that S tier consideration. So for the prediction, I was kind of considering between 2nd and 4th for this team, so I have ended up putting them in 3rd. Now for the Aqua Axolotls, we have Punz, Bad Boy Halo, Sylvie, and Sniffrish. Now this is yet another team with one really strong leader and player in the S tier, that is Punz. Then we have 3 pretty decent players by his side. We've seen Bad's potential through his 16th individual placement in MCC 16. Sylvie has honestly only been improving and her hard work has been really paying off. And then with Sniffrish, honestly they do have room for improvement, but I think with the right team by their side, they can do pretty good in the event. Now in terms of dynamic, I do think this is going to be another really fun one to watch. Punz, Bad Boy Halo, and Sylvie have known each other for quite a while now and are pretty good friends. And we've got Sylvie and Punz with that kind of like butting head friendship that I think will be fun in the event. Although I'm sure we'll see both of them kind of like teaming up to mess around with BBH. I do think the wild card here will be Sniffrish because I'm not sure how much Sniff has talked to everybody on this team. And for the prediction, although I would love to put them higher, I'm actually going to end up putting Aqua in 6th place. I just do think there are some stronger teams in the event. Next up with the Blue Bats, we have SB737, Sneakstack, CaptainSparklez, and Kara Corvus. Also, I'm sorry, I always forget if it's Kara or Kara, so feel free to correct me in the comments. We once again see that template of a strong player and consistency with the other 3, and the strong player here is actually going to be SB. So SB has really been on the rise in MCC. I've even seen him in those lists with people that have S tier potential. And I think in the team making process, we can even see here that Scott is kind of treating him as that solid A+. Now because SB is the strongest performing player on this team, I'm curious to see if he will take that leadership role. This is a really telling team for SB. This would kind of be his first shot at that leadership role as the strongest player on the team. So I am curious to see how that goes and kind of the direction that it takes. So this is a considerably strong ace race team with SB, Cap, and Sneakstack having really high averages in ace race, so they would want to see that game kind of later on in the event. And honestly, in general, those 3 make up a really strong average pool, making it a good environment for Kara to thrive as well with so much support around her. Now again, this is a very telling team and there are some things being tested out here, so I'll be putting this team in 8th place in my prediction. Now, for the Purple Pandas, we have Pizza Hut, Filza, Smallish Beans, and G Nelly. Okay, when I first saw this team, my initial reaction was, oh my god, it's a cracked team. The Purple Pandas not only has the strongest overall team average, but it also has the strongest average for multiple individual games, such as Rocket Spleef Rush, Hole in the Wall, and Build Mart. I know a lot of people in the community were really excited to see that Pizza Hut Filza duo. Like there's a lot of hype on Reddit and in the replies of the announcement tweet. So I think overall this is going to be such a strong team to look out for because not only is there good dynamic, but it is also so strong. And quite honestly, with most of the community predicting them in 1st place, I am going to join those people and I'm going to put the Purple Pandas in 1st place in my prediction. Last but not least, we have the Pink Parrots with Wilbursoot, Ranboo, Aimsey, and Blushi. Now for the 7th time, we are seeing the Wilbursoot Ranboo duo, but something really exciting about this team is it's actually Aimsey's first canon event. Now Aimsey's a pretty familiar name to MCC at this point because he's already been in 2 non-canon events, both MCC Rising and MCC Pride 2022. Now in MCCR, Aimsey placed 32nd with about 1,200 coins, but in MCC Pride, she actually came in 16th place, having almost 2,300 coins. This improvement is such a cool thing to see with about a year between those events, but we'll see how this goes to show in actual canon events. And of course, we also have Blushi on this team, one of my personal favorites and resident sweetheart. Blushi is another competitor who actually participated in 2 non-canon events before moving on over to the canon MCC. But this will actually be her 2nd canon performance, and although she didn't have the strongest first canon performance coming in 35th place, that only means there's up to go from here. Now this team is a bit disadvantaged because they don't have that one really standout like S tier player, and because of that, I mean, if somebody had to take 10th place, unfortunately I am putting the Pink Parrots in 10th place on my predictions. Alright, that's it for this video. Make sure to leave your own predictions and opinions in the comments down below. See you next time!